Keep it tight. Oh! Let's go! Let's go!
KO Live said, what's happening, people? It's your boy Dre the Reaper, and guys, I'm here getting it done with Miss
LADY0. It's your girl, LADY0.
Yeah, put that little ring on it.
I did. Have to have my own little thing, you know.
Alright, guys, so we're here. We're about to give you guys a recap. As you guys can see the title, the recap of the powerlifting meet just happened, just went down this past weekend. It is currently Monday. We just competed like 2 days ago on Saturday. It was down at Miami Conventional Center. It was a big old expo.
Fitness expo.
It was bodybuilding, strongman competitors out there performing. It was powerlifters. It was fitness enthusiasts. It was a gang array of stuff. And guys, we're just gonna give you insight about how, in the overview of what we think about the powerlifting meet. You know, so LADY0 first. By the way, guys, it was LADY0 first competition.
First powerlifting competition ever.
Wow, it went
but not
down.
The last.
It went down. So give it insight of, you know, like your prep. Give it insight of like your dieting, all that stuff leading up to the show and stuff like that.
Wow, let's just say I didn't really commit to prepping for this show probably a month out, which I probably should have prepped a little sooner than that, but we're coming off of vacay and all that stuff, so I was procrastinating. But so prep, I was trained, of course, by none other than Dre the Reaper himself in terms of getting me ready for this meet. It was strenuous. It was difficult. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I was going through it in preparation in terms of doubting myself and my physical capabilities and coming in there fatigued and mentally drained either from work or life.
You talking about training?
Yes, life issues. So going into the gym, kind of just mind scattered and things like that. There were good days, bad days in the gym, frustrating.
But that's all about prep.
That's all about prep.
Prep is never perfect. No matter what you're doing, bodybuilding, powerlifting, strongman, prep is never perfect.
It really is.
It gets better, and you start understanding your prep a little bit more when you start becoming an expert. But it doesn't go 100%, and that's just a part of what you just experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Know?
Firsthand, I definitely did. But the journey was still great nonetheless.
It was like a 6-week prep.
Yeah, and it got harder towards the end because for powerlifting there are certain classes in terms of body weight that they kind of separate you on, and I had to make weight. My max weight in my class was 158 pounds, so I had to make sure that I came in under that. And towards the maybe second to last week before the show, we had to get real serious in terms of
cutting,
fasting, cardio, getting done almost every day. And then also,
how much did you have to cut? Like, what would you say?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, and I hate saying my weight, but whatever. I started off at 163. Remember, muscle weighs more than fat. But I started off at 163, and I had to cut to get under 158. So that's more than like 6 pounds in a short amount of time. So we had to kind of go a little drastic towards the end of prep, meaning no carbs for about 2 weeks, straight protein and vegetables, also incorporating fasting cardio every morning, or at least 4 out of 7 days out of the week at the very least. And on top of that, having to do 30 minutes of cardio, whether or not it's like a weekday and I worked, I had to do fasting cardio for 30 minutes in the morning and then train and then do cardio after training sessions. So about an hour of cardio out of that day. And on the weekends, I would just do an hour of cardio, whether it be 30 minutes on the treadmill, Stairmaster, and I would split it up that way.
So what was your total drop weight? I mean, at the show,
I came in at 156.
156. So you lost by a good, what, 7 pounds.
Yeah, around there. Really, I came before the show. I was 153. 154.
Well, like a day or two out.
Yeah, a day or two out. And then we decided, okay, we can't go in depleted and dehydrated. So I kind of re-upped on a little bit of water and had white rice for carbs like the day before. So it kind of bumped me back up to 156 coming in at the show. I didn't care at that point. I was to the point where I wanted to eat and I wanted to drink lots of water, because I was on ice chips for a couple of days out before the show. So, yeah, that was pretty drastic. So, come next show, I know to prep earlier in terms of dieting and coming down in weight so that it is not so taxing on my body leading up to the show.
Yeah, I mean, totally the same thing for me. Like, I cut, I dropped weight drastically too as well. One of the things I gotta say, like, guys, is be mindful of like how you cut. You cut, try to keep yourself balanced. If you cut too early, try to keep yourself balanced. Don't try to keep cutting and keep dropping weight, because what's gonna happen is your body, when you go to try to lift those heavy weights when it's time to play, your body you're gonna try to acclimate it to the whole like central taxing. Like it just, the weight just gonna expose you, and like the fatigueness in the muscle, and it's easy said than done once you cut, but then you have to like say, okay, I got to try to refuel back up, and I got to refuel back up correctly.
And
so
within a certain amount of time, not the same
we're,
day.
We're not getting weighed in 24 hours before we do the lift. We're literally getting weighed in probably like 2 hours or an hour and a half before we had to start lifting. So, I mean, I came in, my class was 93 kg. My last powerlifting meet, I did 105 kg. This class, I decided to do 93 kg only because I wanted to be able to play in the weight below my class. Below my weight, being in that I was training for this prep, like Marsha said, 6 weeks out, and I was coming off fresh off a bodybuilding show, and I was already cut down to a certain weight. So I was just like, let me just try to cruise down to this weight and stay around this weight, and then leading up to my powerlifting meet, I'm just gonna do a 93 kg class because I'm around the weight of being in the weight underneath 205. So I came in, I got close to the meet, and like I said, it was a 6 week prep. I was lifting consistently in the gym, training hard. Finally, about 2 weeks out, I realized my weight is still above 205. So I was roughly about 212, on a
starting the prep, you mean?
No, well, starting the prep, I was around 216 starting the prep. Okay. But when I realized about 2 weeks out, I was like, okay, well, I'm cruising around 212. I wake up around 212. I said, okay, well, I need to start cutting it down. So same thing, like same diet Marsha was on, protein, fats, and veggies. Like towards the last week, but the week leading up, I just kind of really cut out. 2 weeks out, prior to, I just kind of cut out all the excessive junk food, sugar. Yeah, sugar. Really and truly, like I cut out Gatorade, all that stuff that had sugar, and I just really cut that out. And my weight was started to decreasing, which was good. So then I started to like amp up on water, just eating about 3 meals a day, and I even did some little bit of fasting. You know what I'm saying, just to get the weight down. And
talk about the fast.
18 hours, 20-hour fast. We did those for probably a couple of days. It wasn't like we fast the whole day. We like literally sleep through the night, which is fasting, believe it or not. And, just like go throughout the day until like about dinner time, we have a meal, which was pretty rough.
Yeah, because for me, it was like the show was Saturday. I started the fast, Wednesday. So the night prior, my last meal was 9:30 p.m. and I didn't eat anything again until 5:30 p.m. the next day.
Right.
Man, the struggle was real. That's 20 hours of no food.
Yeah.
But still taking in water at that time. So I had to pound water, at least a gallon.
Yeah.
So I had to do that to kind of help me out. But
Well, these are the little tricks, guys. We're not gonna give everything away. If you guys want to know more stuff about how we do it, let us know. Drop it in the comment. We're gonna make a real separate video of how to, like, say if you got a wedding coming up, or say you got a little date, or you know what I'm saying, say you're just trying to cut some weight real fast or something like that. We have some little tricks that we could tell you guys, and make sure you guys stay healthy while doing it.
Yeah.
But however, so okay, the day of the show, I weighed in 91 kg, which is like 2 pounds underneath where I need to be at. Watch the same thing.
I was 72 kg class, but I came in at 71 point whatever. So I came in under, which is great.
Which is great. So we came in, so we start eating. After we weighed in, we made weight, everything, got our rack heights and everything. We start weighing in and everything. We ate sweet potatoes,
and
salmon.
So something light, fast burning.
Yeah.
We didn't go crazy heavy.
And guys, a lot of times you're trying to refuel, try to get more so the electrolytes in you. You know what I'm saying? Because that muscle is depleted, believe it or not. I'm still drinking Pedialyte.
This is a secret here for electrolytes, apparently, and a lot of potassium and sodium.
And
great source.
Gatorade, Armory. There's a bunch of little drinks you could drink also, but I kind of like to stay away from the sugar as much as I can and try to just get the sodium and potassium back in me as much as I can. So I drink like a whole bottle of that, and I pounded Gatorades too and stuff like that, and we fueled up pretty good. I was actually full when I started doing my squat,
Yeah.
It was an uncomfortable full too, believe it or not.
Yeah, we kind of force it because when you're dieting on prep, your stomach shrinks. So you're not able to consume as much as, before. You've trained your stomach for X amount of weeks to eat smaller portions. So now when you're able to refuel, you have to kind of do it at a slower pace.
Yeah.
So
we only had an hour and a half.
Yeah, we
gap.
couldn't stuff ourselves because that would just be uncomfortable.
It's super uncomfortable.
I was only able to eat like half my meal portion at that time.
And then guys, plus the anxiety too.
Yeah.
The butterflies you get, because you see all the competitors and you could just smell it in the air, like it's time to rumble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of the things that you just kind of like. I was kind of calm on this one, believe it or not. I was a little bit more calm, but I was a little bit more anxious for LADY0 here because I had a big shout out, by the way. He was able to help me throughout this.
Help both of us.
Help
he
both
saved
of us
us in a sense.
And I mean that was a big help.
It sure
was. Because
we appreciate you, Mario.
Yeah, well, definitely. I was trying to help. I was trying to coach Marsha and helping her with the kilos and everything like that because that's relatively new, and it's like trying to do that and try to keep myself
in his own game and headspace for his numbers.
So
pretty much trying to spread himself a little too thin.
Hey, but
we decided to do a show together because we thought it would be great. The camaraderie, the teamwork, partnership.
Ironreaperfitness, we here.
Yeah. However, the conductors of the show, I guess, kind of cram the show all together. Originally, it was supposed to be 2 sessions, morning and an afternoon. Morning being for the ladies, afternoon for the men. But for some reason, the venue wanted a certain time span for powerlifting, so they kind of consolidated everything together.
Yeah.
So we ended up going around the same time.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for Mario, we'd be in trouble because he helped me warm it up.
Yeah.
He was recording both of our sets, and he really spread himself thin. So
and I really appreciate that, bro.
Brother.
For real. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm gonna give everybody a big shout out too. I might as well give everybody a big shout out right now. Big shout out to the person who coached me for this show and helped me prep for this show, which is Kyle. Big shout out, brother. Thank you for coaching me prepping me. Helping my prep. Help me prep for this show. I'm sorry. Big shout out to all the competitors. That's from University of Fitness, man. There's a
whole
long
family
list,
in there that day.
and I'm not gonna go through that. But big shout out, and big shout out to all the supporters who came out for Ironreaperfitness. Shanice,
my mom.
Your mom came out. That's big,
that
man.
Big.
Mom, thank you for watching this because Mom really came out and showed support, man. And that
That was dope.
My heart felt warm for that one.
Your heart, my heart. Because they really didn't understand that why I was training so much and going to the gym so often. So it was good for her to kind of come into my environment of fitness
Come into your world.
Come into my world, our world, and see what we're really doing and why we're doing it.
Right.
So shout out to Mom for coming out, supporting, blessing us with her presence and her grace and her wisdom.
Yep.
We love you.
And cold for soup.
All right.
All right. So let's get to the lifts. The important part.
Dun, dun, dun.
How did you feel warming up?
I mean, I was nervous, I'll be honest. It was my first show.
Right.
And then you're getting sized up by all the competitors, and you're just like trying to focus on you yourself. But I was able to focus in. First lift, I probably went in a little stronger than I needed to go in because I popped up a little too fast, I guess. So they didn't give me my first lift on squats.
Same here.
Saying that I didn't give them enough depth. So one thing you want to know about USA powerlifting that we had to learn, I guess, early enough, was that for squats, they really prefer that your hip crease goes below your knees. So they really are looking for ass to grass. So they weren't just looking for right below parallel. They wanted ass to grass. So that's what we had to give them. So yeah, I didn't get my first squat, but I got the next two, and then so on and so forth. Dre the Reaper, he'll tell you about his set here in just a moment.
So basically, yeah, they're really like, I don't know what it was. They were just anal about it. The first attempts. I don't know if they know the Reapers was in the building, but her first attempt, she got flagged on. My first attempt, I got flagged on. And I'm like, wow. You know, like 494, you know, I do that like peas, like easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why you guys are hitting me for depth problems? So, long story short, and plus I was wearing new shoes that I never wore before, and I didn't really break it in. So I didn't know if it was the shoes that was throwing me off or what. You know, I just didn't want nothing to be an issue. So I changed out my shoes and put my Converse on. No problem, right? Second attempt went smooth. I was so irritated. I went so deep that I promise you, I sink that damn squat and I got up and I was so irritated. My third attempt, so now I'm going for a new attempt, which is like 529, I think it was, and I sank the squat. But what ended up happening is that I was so focused on driving it so deep that I wasn't really thinking about like keeping myself tight the whole time, you know, because the mindset of just like, cause once I go deep, like my hands get involved with touching my thighs or anything like that, like any kind of slight form of like, and anybody will contest to this. Anytime you're lifting any weight over 500, you gotta be super tight. You know what I'm saying? Better come out the bottom and everything. So, you know, as I was coming up, you know, it just, I shoot my hips way up. I mean, I shoot my posterior chain way up too fast. And my chest basically concaved in. So I didn't get the lift. I mean, I was so irritated because I was trying to sink the squat more than anything else. I wasn't even trying to like squat like how a regular squat. Cause I was so irritated, but I missed the lift.
Lift, you said?
That was my third attempt, and I was so irritated, man. That put me in a bad position for even getting gold, you know, medal. But it was all right. I mean, I learned. You got to learn from these experienced guys, and that's one thing I got to try to tell you. So my advice to you, if you're gonna compete as a powerlifter, please work on your depth.
Technique is everything.
Work on your depth. Stay tight, and drive that depth down. Okay, because they want to see it. And they're real anal about it too.
Well, that's USA Powerlifting. I don't know about any other
organization,
but for USA, they are very strict.
Yeah. Very strict. I real anal. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. But hey, like they say, we still got some lifts in. So
we did.
Good job, Marsha. Marsha hit the PR.
286. I mean, I could have went for the 290 or more. However, they flagged me on the first one.
Her initial third attempt was supposed to be 300.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because she missed the first one, they say she missed the first one, we had to give the second one again and give her a third one just a little jump. So it was all good because she was tied up at that time anyways. But bench.
Bench was alright. What did I start with? I started with, 117.5 kilos? That's roughly what?
No, you just said in pounds.
Oh. See, I still don't even know the kilos.
So we're just gonna keep in pounds because a lot of people probably watching this don't really know kilos. But you did start with that. Your second attempt, you went up to your PR, which is like 135, 137. And then the third attempt was like 140.
142.
Yeah, 142.5. I mean, you missed that by just a smear.
Yeah. I think I was taxed at that point in terms of bench.
You got it up halfway though.
I got it up halfway,
and you didn't
but
give
I just
up.
couldn't lock it out with my elbows. But it's alright. Your girl's gonna work on her bench. It's gonna get better.
She's gonna get that.
Don't
Guaranteed.
worry.
Same thing here, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of lying about man, I love bench, don't get me wrong. It's just that this competition ain't just a bouncing competition. You gotta come down and hold it. And when they say press, you gotta press.
Yeah, that's another thing with powerlifting. If you don't follow those commands,
they'll flag you, man.
They will flag you, and your effort accounts for nothing, pretty much. So yeah, with bench, you've got to listen for the start, meaning to descend, and then
once you touch your chest,
you have to hold it until they say press, and then you got to lock it out with your elbows.
And you cannot sink your chest as the weight touch it. You cannot sink it because they won't even tell you to press.
You got to stay upright. Otherwise, if the bar rolls into your chest like concaves, then you don't get the lift.
Well, guys, like I said, we're not gonna go like too deep into these lifts.
But there's a lot of things that come up
that you
need to be mindful of on lifts.
So you got 2 out of 3, right?
I got 2 out of 3 on bench also.
Same here. I got 2 out of 3 in bench also. So as you guys keeping up already, Marsha got 2 out of 3 in squat, 2 out of 3 in bench, and I got 1 out of 3 in squat and 2 out of 3 in bench, and not deadlift.
The juicy stuff.
the big juice. We're just gonna cut it short, guys. So deadlift.
I got 2 out of 3 in deadlift also.
Tell me about your last one.
My last one was a little interesting.
Who was that? I don't know. Somebody want to hear the story.
So I attempted a 336 deadlift, 336 pounns.
If you got to watch your video, you guys will see that Marsha is strong as shit.
I was going for a PR, I guess you could say, but I didn't lock it out. I couldn't lock it out.
That girl was fighting.
I was fighting so hard. I held it halfway above my knees, but I just could not come up anymore and lock it out.
Gosh, you were fighting, man.
Man, when I tell you that is eating me alive, that I couldn't lock it out, because I felt like that was the determining factor of me even placing for second. Because there was somebody that was literally right behind me, and we were kind of fighting for the same spot. But don't worry, I'm going back in the lab, and I'm gonna get things right, tighten it, everything up. But I'm proud of myself for my first show. I was a little hard on myself with the overall, but
you did damn good.
I had high expectations for myself also. But I have to remember, this is my first go around, so I can't be so hard on myself. I did good for my first show, and I'm proud of myself. I went out there and I did what I had to do. I gave it my best, but we're going to go in the lab and we're going to come back.
You hold it down for the Lady Reapers out there.
Yeah. There's a lot of might in this mini.
Right. How tall are you, Marsha?
5'4".
5'4". A pit bull.
Beast.
Guys, same thing. I mean, for my deadlift, I went 3 out of 3. Like I said, guys, I was just annoyed by the time I got to deadlift, and I just wanted to rip things above the ground. I didn't care no more. I really gonna go ahead and try to buy that lifting bar that we use at a competition.
The deadlift bar. Mm-hmm.
No, that's the power
like
bar.
A stiff bar. Yeah.
That bar.
There's no
gives
slack.
you no give. You have to respect it from the ground up. And like I said, all my deadlifts move smooth. If you guys watch the video, you guys will see it moves super smooth. Yeah. I was just irritated, guys. I really wanted to.
How many did you get out of deadlift?
3 out of 3.
3 out of 3.
Yeah, 3 out of 3. I was really irritated. So, and just, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like my last powerlifting meet, my first one, like I literally got 3 out of 3 on squat, and I got 2 out of 3 on deadlift. This time around in reverse, I got 3 out of 3 deadlift, and actually 1 out of the squat.
Yeah.
So, guys, I take everything with a grain of salt, man. It is what it is. It's just for me to learn from it. This is just to hype me up for the next one and to get better. We do have a lifting meet coming up in 4 weeks. It is the BBL meet.
BBL lift party, November 16th.
Like a backyard lifting party, man. Just we getting down. Just a bunch of people collab and just doing some lifting. You guys know, see the last video from last year. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. LADY0 is going to be in it this year.
Yeah.
Last year she was injured. You was injured
last year. I was
right?
injured. I couldn't do it, but this year, now that I got a powerlifting meet under my belt, I'm gonna do what I do, baby. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do my best. That's it. Have fun with it. That's what you can do, man.
Have fun with it and compete. Compete just brings the best out of you sometimes.
That it does.
But overall, what do you think about the meet?
It was great. I had a lot of fun. It was a long day, a lot of lifts in a day, but it was fun. You just love to do this stuff. Just keep on doing it. Keep grinding. Keep hitting those goals, those PRs that you set for yourself, and you'll just enjoy it the whole way through.
Yeah. So Marsha was able to walk away with bronze medal.
Yes.
I walk away with a silver medal.
Don't downplay your silver medal, boy. After having such a rough start, I think that is such an accomplishment to come out at silver.
I would say to walk away from silver, to be honest with you guys, I really didn't care what I placed. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I really didn't care what I placed. Because I was so
low key.
No, I was so concerned with how she's gonna place. Like I literally was just, cause I had her at first. I didn't care who was there. It could have been freaking Stephen Cohen. I was gonna be like, Marsha gonna get first. You know what I'm saying? But it just I couldn't give her my energy, and I think that's what the issue was, man. Like I couldn't give her my energy, couldn't give her my vibe, couldn't give her my feed because I was too
focused on trying to get.
I was trying to get
right.
mine too as well, because I feel like every time I get over there to get Marsha a little sniff or whatever to get her to go on the platform, and then I gotta go over here and try to get my mind right now. It's like, man,
we literally went around the same
hard.
time, which was so stressful.
It's so hard because they're like, oh shit, I got some heavy ass weight I need to go lift now. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get the mind right. But however, guys,
we made it work.
We made it work. That's why I say I'm not downplaying my place, but I'm just like, I know I could have did better. And just know, and I'm hard on myself. I really am. And I say if I really focused, I would have got first place. And that eats me up because I'm like, damn, if I just focused just a little bit, I could have got first place.
Man, if I just pulled a little bit harder, I could have got second place. Man, you know how much that eats me alive? To be able to pick up 336 pounds and not lock it out is killing me. Because if you watch the video, which you better, man, count how many seconds I had that bar up, okay? And tell me if that wouldn't eat you alive.
Yeah, so guys, overall, it was a great time. I had a blast, man. Like I said, big thanks to everybody who come out and perform, man. Like I said, it was a lot of athletes. Big shout out to University of Fitness once again. There was a lot of athletes from there.
All the supporters, Shanice, everybody,
man.
even on Instagram.
Thank you.
The whole Fit fam.
Ironreaperfitness family, thank you. Yes. Thank you to Just Lift. Man, there's so many things.
A lot of people.
Great, I'm so grateful for this good camaraderie, man. At the end of the day, so I just want to say, anybody who's thinking about doing a powerlifting meet, don't be scared. Prep yourself correctly. Find a coach. Find someone that already did powerlifting meet. Mm-hmm. Ask them the insights. Ask them some tips and tricks. But definitely take your time with learning how to lift correctly.
Yeah,
that's super important.
Very important.
They don't care about how much weight you can lift. They just care how correctly you can lift the goddamn weights.
Yep.
And that's it, really, guys. So, all in all, we're going to start prepping for this next lifting party that's coming up in 4 weeks. We're literally just went to the gym today. We took
First day back.
Yeah, we took 1 day off, really.
1 day off.
You know, so we're gonna go 50%, then we're gonna go 70%, then we're gonna go 80%, then we're gonna go 85%. That's gonna put us right in a good position for that powerlifting, backyard lifting.
Yes.
And I'm still gonna come in the same weight. I'm not gonna change it up. I'm gonna come in underneath 205. So really not much dirty eating for me going up right now. I'm just gonna try to keep it clean as much as I can and try to stay around that weight to be able to lift around that class. Lift around that weight. Because it is a goal for me to really, being that I can see myself getting close to a first place in 93 kg, and I had a horrible session, a horrible time.
It was like he started.
I'm so excited to see.
Nice.
I'm so excited to see what I could do with a good 7-month prep, because we're gonna do Nova next year, which falls around April or May, somewhere around there, and that's a good 5 to 6 months from November. So we're just super excited for that, and I want to see what I'm able to do then. And that I gotta say, guys, honestly and truly, I'm definitely gonna be focused for that one. Definitely be focused for that one, hands down.
Rip it off the grid.
So Ironreaperfitness, we here, baby. We here, dog. And I'm looking forward to bigger and better things next year. This year was a great year, but we're gonna end it with a bang, and we're gonna keep on going each and every year.
Yep. Keep setting new goals and aspirations and just getting things done, man. Day at a time. The Ironreaperfitness family, thank you for all your love and support. Hit the like, subscribe, drop a comment, spread the word, spread the love. We here, baby.
Yep. Thank you guys. Much love.